time to return in the from that love in the form of a flower. So what happens is we learn to give without expecting anything in return. So we learn love and care for plant, a giving attitude from the plant, and patience, absolutely, and perseverance. So that is what plant, when you indulge in a gardening hobby, the lesson that you learn is patience. It takes sometimes years for a tree to flower. So patience is something, that quality that you learn from any gardening session. So here, children, there are certain plants, certain arrangements of plants, and these are all indoor plants that you need to plant. Children, these are cactus. I would like to bust the myth that people say cactus should not be placed indoors. In fact, cactus absorbs radiation. So it's perfectly lucky to grow cactus indoors and in your homes. Yes, believe. This also teaches us believe in positive future. Yes, absolutely correct. Children, these are beautiful coleus, colorful coleus that add color to your garden. Very easy to grow. The ones on the screen, you can grow them from cuttings. Another coleus color. Coleus, they come in vibrant colors, lot of variations in the, variations of color. These are ferns, children. So you can see it's Coleus, coleus. Yes, I'll be spelling out the plants that you can grow in your indoor space very soon. So I just wanted you to identify them at the moment. This is a jade plant. It's a succulent, requires very little care and water. Here we come to Pilea, another very beautiful indoor plant for hanging baskets. This is ficus variety, a variegated ficus. Another variegated ficus we have on screen. So yeah, okay. So this is the popular money plant, actually called the pothos, P-O-T-H-O-S. And this is a variegated variety, which is known as marble queen. Aglaonema, one of the most air purifying plants for any indoor space. Easy to grow, requires very less water. Yes, another Aglaonema variety. This adds color to any space, living space. Okay, so thank you, Shonit. Yes, children. So were you able to identify some of the plants? I'm sure some of you have these plants in your homes. You can type in the chat section to write, yes, wonderful. It's so nice to see enthusiastic, primary children here. Lovely audience I have. The primary children are the ones who are most receptive to ideas, and they're very, they reciprocate beautifully. So children, before I begin with other things, I would like to talk about the benefits of growing indoor plants. So can somebody tell me what is, oh, you have half of those flowers in your house. Wonderful, child. That's wonderful. Oh, you have all mahi. Wonderful, that I showed you. It's really nice to hear that you all are already garden enthusiasts. So I think, I would need to learn something from you as well. But at the moment, there are certain things that I'm going to share with you. So children, indoor plants not just add a pop of greenery to your space, but it is the need of the hour. Because of urbanization, we have turned cities into concrete jungles. So what we need is, we need these indoor plants for emotional and physical well-being. So there are a lot of plants that can easily survive inside the home. Indoor plants, I mean to say, you need to keep them indoor in your rooms. But as you all know, children, the basic requirement of plant is sunlight, water, soil. So you need to expose them to occasional morning sun to give them energy. So first, let us talk about children. Yes, they reduce anxiety, stress. So already I have the answers to my question, which I haven't even asked. Yes, grade 6 has already attended one of my sessions, and they're very excited to share whatever they learned from me earlier. Yes, children, so what are the benefits of growing plants? So do you have pen and pencil in your hands and a piece of paper, children? I'm sure if you wish, you can note down certain names, you can wish down. So I'll just wait for a minute. Yes, so I'm already getting the answers to the question I have still not asked. I've still not discussed. That's wonderful. Okay, children. So first and foremost, plants take in oxygen from the air. They take in carbon dioxide from the air and give out oxygen. They purify the indoor air, improve the air quality that we breathe in. So that's why we need to add some indoor plants in our enclosed spaces. Children, they increase the relative humidity of our rooms. So that is another benefit of growing indoor plants. The colors, children, they add a touch of greenery, they liven up any dead space, and they give you a sense of comfort and well-being. They boost your mental and physical health, children. Do you know that plants, there have been studies across the world, and it has been proven that plants lower your blood pressure, they lower your anxiety, they increase your happiness quotient. Just looking at the plants, you have your happy hormones, running through your blood. And they boost healing. So children, there have been studies that, hospitals or centers that have greenery all around, so those patients recover faster. So it boosts healing, reduces stress and anxiety, lowers stress, and children, benefit for children it is. I'm sure you did not know that growing plants, talking to plants, sitting amongst plants, and taking care of them improves your attention span. And it also, children, improves your concentration, so you learn faster. So how many of you have this problem of not able to retain whatever learned in class? Retention capacity. Anybody who feels that you are unable to retain whatever information that you have, you are not able to retain that. So if you start growing plants, you will be able to learn better. Children, have you ever heard of color therapy? Color therapy? I'm waiting for the answers in the channel section. Color therapy? Yes, it gives positive energy as well, Anya. Wonderful. Yes. You know what is color therapy? So color therapy is also known as chromotherapy. And it's an alternative system of Indian healing that uses the spectrum of colors for emotional and mental as well as physical well-being. So we use different colors, and different colors correspond to different energy centers of the body. So if the parents are here also part of this session, they would know what are the chakras, what are the energy centers in the body. So they activate, certain colors correspond to certain chakras. They activate those energy centers and thus improve, healing and overall well-being of a person. So the green color, children, corresponds to a heart chakra. And that is why it gives us a very soothing effect, lowers anxiety, and helps us to stay calm and happy. And color is also good. Green color is also good for eyesight. So some studies have shown that it may even improve, your eyesight. So children, I'm just showing you some more plants here. So I'm just going to show some of more plants so that, live plants. So here's our ferns, children. Another variety of fern that you have. Can you all see? So this is FERN fern. A very popular variety of Aglaonema. Agleonema. Popularly called Chinese evergreens. Popularly called Chinese evergreens. Here are the hybrid varieties of Aglaonemas. These are the dramatic touch, a touch of beautiful color, life to any living space, your indoor space. So these are different Aglaonema varieties that we have, children. So these children, the plants that I'm showing you are all indoor air purifying plants. Some of them recommended by NASA, so as must-have plants in any indoor space. Here is, children, a variety of philodendron. So this is a philodendron Xanadu. Philodendron. Coleus. Coleus. Children, medicine, this is a medicinal plant as well. So, there is a medicine that is, a component derived from this plant is used to make medicine. So see the coleus, all different, colors, different leaf shapes, very easy to grow. These can be, propagated by putting in water. Spider plant, also known as chlorophytum, spider plant. Look at the beautiful fronds, cascading fronds, and see the little babies coming from the edges of the plant. Excellent for hanging. Then we have Syngonium. This is the dwarf variety that I have. I'm sure you have the regular varieties in your homes. Easy to maintain plants. Syngonium, Syngonium. Then we move on to succulents, children. This is the popular snake plant, or Sansevieria. Sanseveria. Very popular indoor air cleaner plant, children. Thrives neglect. Needs to be watered once in 10 days. Now look at this, children. These are Euphorbia milis. They have thorns. Can you see these thorns? Many people confuse these plants with cactus. Children, these are not cactus. These are succulents. Succulents. Look at the beautiful plants, the variegation in the color. Can you see this? The same plant has two varieties of flowers. And then this is only beautiful for any sunny location. Absolutely lovely plant that you can grow in any sunny location. Water needs once a week, you need to give them water. So easy to grow plant. And then we have some more succulents, children. Can you see this? And today, after talking about soil, components, needs of a plant, I'm going to demonstrate a succulent garden to you. So can you see these succulents? Children, do you know what are succulents? Do you know what are succulents? So succulents are plants that store water either in their stems or roots or in their leaves. That is why they have a swollen appearance. So they basically belong to the arid regions of the world. Hence, they need very little water. So they have been adapted to store water in different parts of their body. So now, children, can you tell me? No, cacti are not succulents, children. Cactus and succulents are different. They are almost always, you know, they are spoken of as together or referred to as together. But cactus are different and succulents are different. Probably that I'll take up in some other class. But now, children, can you tell me what are the basic requirements of a plant? What are the basic requirements of a plant? You can type, children, your answers. Soil, yes, that's the first important requisite for you to start any garden. Yes. What else? Sunlight, love, yes. Loads of love, water, okay. Energy, okay. Wonderful, children. It's so nice to get the answers from you. So here, children, I'm going to show you how to plant any indoor tropical foliage variety. So what should be the soil composition so that you don't kill them? It's easy to maintain. So here's something I'm going to show you now. Yes, children. So can you see this, children? This is common garden soil. Plain garden soil, right? So we are going to use these components. So you can write down garden soil. Now soil has, children, natural minerals, nutrients that are required for any plant to grow. Can you see these, children? This is river sand. Children, you know how do we get this river sand? Okay, pH balance. My God, my children are so intelligent. I mean, they have all the answers, even to the, you know, questions that we are not discussing today. Lovely. That's something really nice, children. So children, river sand is what you get on the banks of River Ganga, the silt, deposited silt, white sand. And we add this, children. So actually, when you know the soil is dry, the particles of soil become very compact. So that hinders the spread of roots. The root doesn't get space, room to actually expand. So when we add river sand, we actually increase the porosity of the soil. So it becomes more porous for the roots to expand, grow, spread. Because if the roots are strong, the foundation is strong, the plant is going to be healthy, robust, beautiful. Then children, here I have something else, children. Can you see these, children? This is called coco peat. C-O-C-O-P-E-A-T, coco peat. Children, so do you know what is the coco peat? Coco peat is natural fiber derived from the coconut husk. So this is like, you know, they're recycling it. And I'm sure you've heard of that concept, hydroponic gardening, wherein, you know, we are using soilless media to grow plants, vegetables, fruits, etc. So this is their, children. So this addition of coco peat in soil, especially for tropical foliage plants, helps in increasing the aeration of the soil, and secondly, the moisture retention capacity of the soil. So if you add coco peat, it holds in more water. Now, can you answer one question, children? Do succulents require a lot of water? No. Yes, because they store water. So would addition of coco peat be a good idea for your succulent plant? Yes, absolutely, it's a no. So I'm talking about this, the mixture that I'm making, and I'm guiding you to, put together. This is, children, for your tropical plants. And next is, children, this is vermicompost. Got from an online source. So this is vermicompost. If you have cow dung manure in your house, that is also perfect. So children, I repeat that we need garden soil, any garden soil, river sand, white sand, coco peat. Coco peat are available in compressed bricks. When you put them in water, these expand and, in volume, and then you make use and use it for your planting. And then finally, we have our compost. So it could be cow dung manure, it could be vermicompost, any kind of, food, that extra food that plant needs to grow. So we are putting them all together into the ratio 1:1:1, equal parts. Children, you can also make your compost from the house, household waste, all your leaves that you have at home, all the children, the peels of fruits and vegetables. And children, this will not emit a foul smell. All you need is an earthen pot, big earthen pot. So every time, whatever waste you have from your garden, what you can do is keep putting, or from your kitchen, you can just keep putting in that earthen pot and just cover it with a thin layer of soil. So there's no foul smell. Keep doing it till, the pot is full. Cover the pot with some, probably a cloth. You can tie a cloth around the mouth of the pot. You need to give it water occasionally to keep the components moist. And within 3 months, you have lovely, good smelling, natural compost. And then you've reused the waste. So that's like you've recycled something. So children, I have already put together the soil component, and I have potted this in one Aglaonema lipstick variety in this. And then I'm adding a Buddha statue to create a Zen space in one corner of my room. So can you see this, children? Yes. So now, children, so are there any questions, children, before I proceed with showing you a garden, children? How to go, create a succulent tray, a beautiful tray for gifting purpose, for adding, beauty or decor to any part of your room? Okay, so there are no questions at the moment. So here I begin, children, creating a succulent garden for you. Mini succulent garden. So here, children, I have taken a pot, a shallow pot. The roots of a succulent, children, are, don't grow very deep. They are shallow, and so we don't need a very deep pot for any succulent. So here, this is 7-inch wide pot and 3-inch depth. So first of all, I'm going to just cover the hole with broken pieces of brick. Then I'm going to add wood charcoal. Some pieces of wood charcoal. Can you see this, children? Wood charcoal. Now, children, wood charcoal, why do I add wood charcoal? So, wood charcoal in any bonsai, succulent tray, and any, pot, indoor pot. Children, it has a lot of benefits. First of all, it traps in carbon and, you know, gives more carbon dioxide to the plant and thus contributes to the health of the plant. And secondly, children, addition of wood charcoal acts as a natural fungicide. So you don't need to add any fungus treatment to the plant. This natural wood charcoal is a fungicide. And finally, children, this prevents leaching. So the soil, the compost, the soil, everything, all the minerals that is, you know, present in the soil mix, it doesn't, you know, drain out when you water the plants. It actually increases the capacity to hold in nutrients in the soil. So that's why I've added wood charcoal. So now here is my, I've added the mix on top of that, 2 inches. So 1 inch I had actually just put the brick pieces covering the space, and then I added wood charcoal, and now I have filled the pot with a commercialized mix for succulents. So obtained from Amazon Trust Basket. So can you see this, children? Okay, so now here I go. I'm going to help you create a succulent garden. So these are my ingredients for a succulent garden. I'm going to make use of these succulents. Can you see them? Some garden accessories, toys, and create a lovely succulent garden. So I have the soil. Yes. Yeah. So can you see this, children? So now I'm going to add a rock, a cinder rock, a volcanic rock to add depth to this whole garden, to give it a more natural look. Now I have selected one succulent called Ionian Black Prince. So I'm going to put it right here. Ionian Black Prince for you. Here's my Ionian Black Prince. Now I need some greens here to add color. Green. So this is an Echeveria succulent that I've added. I'm going to add Echeveria Purple Prince also here. Here I have my Echeveria Purple Prince. What about adding a little red color to this? So here's my Crassula Campfire going inside the tray. So can you see this, children? Echeveria Black Prince here. My Echeveria varieties, and finally a color of red. So I have just placed them here. Now I would just add some pebbles to it. I would just add some pebbles to it. So pebbles to cover up the soil. I'm going to add some pebbles and cover the soil. Okay. Now I need some garden accessories. So what do I plant here? Let me create a pond here by adding some blue. So it's a contrast to my green pot. I've added blue, so it will give the effect of water. And I'll place a swan right here. Yeah. Do you think we need to add something else? Let me put 2 rabbits also here. Near this, I'm going to put 1 rabbit. 1 is enough in this small container. So I've added a rabbit as well. So here, children, here you have. So would you like to give this to one of your friends? Okay. So, Shonit, can we have the pictures, slideshow of some of the trays that children can get an idea how to create? And then I can answer the questions if they have any. See, children, these are the trays that you can create. Add to the beauty quotient of your room, and at the same time, give it off as gifts. So see, these are the trays that I have created. Children, this is natural rock. So we just made some, drilling. We have drilled holes in this natural rock piece, and I've created a piece for someone. Mind blowing. Oh my God, that's lovely. Thank you. These are my succulent trays. Another one to go. Yes. Another succulent tray. So yes, children, so I hope, so yes, children. So that's it for the day. I hope you enjoyed it. So in case you have any queries, I can answer some of your questions. I would like to answer some of your questions. So anything, children, that you would like to ask me regarding planting of these or choosing the right plant for your rooms? You're really welcome. Aniha Hassan, yes, welcome, dear. Rishika, yes. Any questions from you, children, if you would like to ask me? Okay. Thank you, Zaid. So would you like to ask questions how to, plant? How do you get them? That's a nice question, children. The toys are available on Amazon. Do not buy potting soils from Amazon unless it's a succulent mix, because it's just a waste of money. So you can just take, you can just from the local nursery, you can ask them for some soil and some compost. Put them together and, buy the plant as well. So most of these plants that I mentioned, the spider plant, the sansevieria, the ferns, they are available easily around rupees 100. And you can just take them from the nursery and pot them. Probably if you want, I can take the care needs. So yes, children. So these, I would just, before I end, I would just like to, talk about the plant, pests that, always infest any plant. So in case sometimes, there are little tiny creatures, flying insects that, uh, start destroying your plant. So what you can do is, children, avoid any insecticide brought from the market. You can just make use of 1 liter bottle, a spray bottle, add half a teaspoon of any shampoo to it, and then add half a teaspoon of Dettol. And then you can just spray on your plants. And probably if you repeat this after every 15 days, your plants will be healthy and robust and happy. Yes, child. Krisha, what question do you have? Asparagus fern, yes, it's like and basically these succulents and these cactus, they absorb radiation. So if you have electronic gadgets, you can place, in that particular room, you can place your succulent. But these succulents and cacti, they need full sun. So they need almost, 6 hours of continuous sunlight to keep, healthy. You have a question? Yes. Please type your question, dear. I'm here. I would love to answer your question. Oh, the name of the rock, that is the Cinder Rock, children. Cinder, that's a volcanic rock. Cinder Rock. When is my birthday? Okay, I'll tell you that when you're a child. I'm an oldie child, so don't. And I'm October born, a Libran. Okay. We actually, the soil mix that I've just talked about, children, is absolutely ideal for any flowering plant as well as your indoor plants. But only for your succulents, you need a different soil mix. Okay, some important flowers. So you can, at the moment, children, at this time of the year, you can grow cosmos, you can grow zinnia, you can grow portulaca, sunflowers. These are summer plants. Probably I can take up, plants, different seasonal plants in a different session, children. Oh, lovely. What was the second last flower that you showed in the flower show? That was, children, Aparajita. That was Aparajita. And so that was the mauve color was Aparajita flower. And the last flower was Morning Glory. Okay, you have a plant which is not growing. So children, you can personally text me. You can send a picture of your plant and I'll answer all your queries. So your plant is not growing, Sanvi. Child, please send me a picture ask, through Smita ma'am along with your query, and I'll definitely get back to you. I'll answer. I'll help you, so that in a way that your plants goes back to its normal health. Shonit, I think we are done for the day.